Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever back again, and for whatever reason, still looking down at the unchanged city of Nueve Revergrad. Once again, for those of you who don't like time paused, I apologize, but we are in the deep planning stages, right? So in between the episodes, I did work on something else, which I mentioned I would do, and everything in white here is things that I ended up changing and or adding, and it's just really the roads. I know it looks like a lot in some ways, but if you watched the last episode, you know that we kind of have this attached to a rail thing, and this is a car manufacturing storage. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work out, but I am assuming I can pick things up with the trucks. I don't really even know that for sure, but we are going to have this with the idea being that we'll take cars from here and here that come out of the manufacturing plants, and we'll take them over to here, and then we'll distribute them from this point, right? So we have paved roads like completely out of town here, so to speak. Well, not completely, because we're not done planning the in and out of this whole thing quite yet. But I have a road coming here, and then as we get further along, we'll probably get a road coming towards town somehow, right? And other than that, you can see these are paved roads up to here. Almost all of the rest of the roads, we have a little bit of asphalt just to help our guys get a little further in there, a little faster for the construction. But I kind of have a loop road all the way around here, back to here. And, I'm not sure exactly where we'll put our construction offices, but, they may end up going like right in here, or we'll see. We still have a little bit more planning to do on our construction supplies, because we got an asphalt plant going, we got a fuel depot, but we don't have a concrete plant yet. We have our gravel right here. Let me show you one last thing before I commit to this stuff. This really became a mess right in here. I'm sorry to do some of the planning offline, but it's just so fiddly. I spent, move this over a little bit, and, I didn't want to take up too long. We've already been planning this for, 2 episodes now. So, but because this, you can almost see where the dirt was there. I had to move this over. So we have this, looks like a pretzel at this point. But I made sure that I could get in enough signals, right? So we got a signal. So this will be a mess, but one way or the other, we'll be able to signal the trains in and out of here. And, the other thing that we kind of lost was the ability, like this train would come out of here, right, and loop around, but it's not going to be able to go to this station and then the next station. So I'm going to have to send them from here over to here, over to here, and then it will have to go back to this station before it can go over to the other one over here. I hope that makes sense. But in any event, at least we got it where they're all connected, right? So, and then all the roads are permanently connected by at least a gravel path, gravel road there, so that if we do have a fire, the fire trucks can get up in here. So we will probably end up putting the fire station down in this area. They'd be a little bit of a long drive to some places, but we'll see, down in this ballpark. So yeah, so we have some planning to do. Now, one of the things that's really going to be nice down here is to get some people. So I was thinking, we'll just get this started, which we can do, but, I really want to get out get in our depot for loading up food and start talking about the town. Now, in the future, if we planned on 3 of these quarries, quarries don't really need people, but these ore processors do. They need about 113 per shift. And if I just sort of overestimate, like 3 shifts, 3 of these, maybe even 4 of these, we might need about 1,400 people to work in here. And then we might need, like if we look at these 2 plants here, they each need about 200 a shift. So if we had 3 shifts, that's, or wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, wait, let me go back, double check that. I might have done my math incorrectly. Thank you, game save. Number of worker, 400. Yeah, okay, so I did my math correctly. So that would be like 1,200 per plant, like, right, 3 shifts. So that's 2,400 people. So we're talking about a total of maybe 3,800 people we need to get into the town here. But let's talk about the supplies for the town. And I think we should just put that in. Yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. Oh, I got another little road here. But all right, so let's start. Let me commit to all this just so we don't end up deleting it by accident. See if you look, most of that's roads, and I had to just change a few of the railroads because of where they crossed. So let's come up to here and commit to that, and finally some of this. All right, so do we finish this off? Yeah, I think we should. Let's finish this off first, right? So here we have a gravel thingy, and what I want to get over to here is a construction office, a rail construction office, and the gravel. Now we have a cement thing down here. So as far as we'll truck cement over, this should all be paved road so the trucks can come, you know, wherever they need to down in this neighborhood. This is sort of a dead end right now, but let's see how we would do this. I think we should, well, we need to get the rail construction office. Is that going to make a difference? You know, I'm thinking, well, I don't think it really makes that much difference as far as, yeah, let's come over here, go here. Yeah, concrete plant. So if we did a concrete plant, you know, I'm thinking maybe we do it like this. Try to tuck it in there as best we can, and then now let's go back over to here to, we're going to want one of these transfer engines, not so much for the concrete plant, but for the, let's look down on it a little bit more. Sometimes it's easier to see. Yeah, we'll bring this guy out like that maybe. Yeah, there we go. So that'll pump into our concrete, but almost more importantly, let's get a construction office, rail. Now, let's see, do we want this guy? Yeah, if we put him down far enough this way, he could stick out. Let's see what makes sense. So we're going to want, you know, the supplies are going to be right here, so we can supply them by truck mostly. And so we're going to need to, let's spin this guy around this way, and that kind of works out. Yeah, we don't need that road right there, so let's carefully get rid of that road with the old-fashioned delete tool. Can we get this guy? Yeah, or do we just come down here? Is there going to be any particular advantage? No. So maybe we do want them a little further up this way. Right, and then the rails can come out that way, hopefully. Now, let's get a road cargo. Can we get one here? No. Let's get a road cargo station. On a bus stop. There we go. And then that could come off like right here, right? Yeah, we really probably only need one of those. Now that does block. No, it doesn't really even block the main road in and out. That's good. Yeah, because like this is sort of the main road in and out of here, so we could kind of come like this if we wanted, right? So now let's see about getting this hooked up. And let's get a conveyor hooked up so we can get plenty of gravel in there and not have that gravel issue. Right? Good. So we should be able to get the gravel to this. Now we don't, yeah, that's right. We have a little conveyor right there. So we get the gravel into there. Yeah, it's a little bit of shame. Well, no, this guy can cut through here. So we got this road. Good. So let's see. Let's just, at least for now, you know, I usually like to have two of these coming out of here. Let's do something else here. Let's put our wire frame back on. Oh yeah, we got sort of a steepness issue, don't we? Let's take this guy and just flatten it a bit in this area. So this guy, we want a little bit of a run out. It doesn't matter too much on these. They just, yeah, that's kind of fine. I'm almost glad we pushed the rail over this way more, right? So we can even come out further as a possibility. Not that we want it to be too long, but there we go. So now we'd have a rail construction. We should be able to get trucks in and out, get fuel from here. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking yeah, we want the road construction. Yeah, can we put a regular construction office? I'm almost thinking of two of them over here, right? Just because even if one of them could just be like a supply kind of construction depot. So let's see. Yeah, you know what? Let's do a little bit of, let's use this level tool. Yeah, it's not really raising that up as much as I was. Why isn't that raising that up? Yeah, you know what? Let's do the raisey uppy tool. And we'll get them attached to this road, right? Sometimes the road itself is the problem, but as long as we can attach it. Yeah, let's see, can we get two of them in here? I'm sure we can. Because that I think will be a nice, yeah, spin this guy around. Yeah, the problem when you're not level is right? And then now, we always want a gas station, which we can't get from there either. Always want a gas station close to your constructions. There it is. They moved my symbols around slightly on me. And I can't see anything because of these warnings in my way. Oh, come on. There you go. Right, good. So we'll have a gas station close to them. And again, like I said, one of them I might end up moving like the supply guys where they just run materials out to as much as they can. And the other one and it shouldn't interfere at all with our other thing. So there we go. I think we have everything we sort of need to get started here, right? And then let's just see, hopefully relatively quickly we can get in another supply depot for the materials that people need. And I just want to go over here and think about this one real quick. Was there anything that's going to jog my memory? You know, when we look at what we have over here, yeah, I mean, we really don't necessarily need this, but I think it will work out. What is over in here? Just food. We got a lot of food. I don't know why we have a place for crops in there. Get rid of those crops. Oh, limit the amount. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of fine. I you know what? I didn't limit the amount, so we really only need like. Well, we don't have any alcohol here, do we? Yeah, so we really don't need all of this, right? Like we do need the meat, which we're not even using, which we probably should start using, and you know we really don't need 4 of these necessarily. But I think we'll go with the 4 because it's just as easy as not. And then, yeah, that's really it. That's all we need. You know, I think we have a better construction setup than we did over there as far as, you know, I think we have the full construction with everything coming in by train. And, you know, we'll have the bitumen coming in here and fuel coming in here. And we'll have cement that can be dropped off here, even though it will have to be trucked over to our actual cement plant. That's not such a big trip. And shouldn't be a big deal. There's 2 parking spaces in the cement too, so you can leave that cement truck parked there, which works out pretty well. Okay, there we go. So I'm happy with that. Let's just plop in this stuff, the storage stuff we need over here. And I think I'll start out with, just because it's a little bit tighter up in this corner. Yeah, let's bring it down a little bit further. We'll start off with a meat. have to switch back over to the rail cargo. It's not real straight, is it? I could have made it a little bit straighter. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Now let's switch back to structures. These. And let's say R should square us up nicely, right? Hit R twice. Yeah, now the only thing I want to make sure, even though it's not permanent, let's do, you just want to check. Yeah, let's get a road that connects between those two. Can I get a gravel road out of here? Yep, just in case it catches on fire. And this will be, yeah, can we get from, oh, I saw a little green. Oh, there we go. Yep, let's get rid of this. All right, and you can come out and attach, and you can come out and attach. And yeah, we don't really want these driving over. I'm thinking, can I flip this guy around? Yes. At least I think I can. All right, so let's go back to here, here, here. Yep, like this. We're not going to worry about the road connection that way. Yeah, make sure all these attach up nicely. I hate when they're just off a little bit. And then let's get another road here just where we can get these attached. And then we have to decide on, now what is this? This is a road right here, right? Yeah, road and a bridge. Yeah, why don't we bring this straight out here and like that, and then we won't worry about this little bit. Right, and then we have to ask ourselves, how do we get across here? So let's bring some railroad tracks out. Yeah, we'll bring them in a minute, but we'll get this across here. And then I want to get a bridge. And I guess we'll just stick with the prefabs, right? Why not? 1, 2, 3. I think that's kind of straight looking. 1, 2, 3, back down. Now. Yeah, you know what, let's just keep things nice and square, I guess. Yeah, we'll do the same kind of thing here, even though, right, so anybody who's coming in there, and that would mean that the road to town will cut across here. Now, I think I'm going to end up putting a bridge across there, but we'll see, yeah, because we're going to have these train tracks. We're going to have, yeah, that's working out pretty nice. So these train tracks are going to be, the whole purpose of these was actually to get, you know, yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to leave these here, but we're not going to actually build them. So let me just cut them back. Oops. We're on roads. Let's just cut these back to, because I don't, like, the whole reason I put those in was to get the car stuff by train. But if we can't do that, which it does, when I looked it up, I don't think we can. I didn't do, you know, a great scientific thing, but now let's take these, you know, let me know. I really haven't gotten your comments since the last episode, so maybe you guys know we can do it. But when I looked it up, it doesn't look like we can. Let's try this again. There we go. All right, so we're going to have a passenger train coming across here, more or less, right? To get over into town, whatever that ends up being. And again, we'll just, there's plenty of space down here. So that means the trains that are coming in here, yeah, let's get this, 1, 2, 3.5-ish. That's pretty much close enough for me. Yeah, there we go. And then let's get rid of this little bit. All right, so that'll be our in for like our normal food loop. Now the loop will have to come down. I'm going to count this as our normal loop, right? Oops, that's the delete button. Yeah, so I guess we want to bring it over this way. Yeah, it's getting kind of steep, but we just want to sort of avoid that. Yeah, let's... Oops. Yeah, and then we'll go something like that. Oh, stop it. There we go. Yeah, so if we bring that straight down as part of our normal loop, the normal loop is also, for now, going to contain, construction supplies and, we got red there, don't we? We're not red, but not green. Yep, that would work, wouldn't it? But we're attached to the wrong one. Let's go up till we get, now will you do the same thing? Is that right? Yes. So now they can come in or out this way. Yeah, now some of them, I didn't really, well, that's all right. You know what we can do is, this guy, it would be nice if he could loop through, but even if he can't, we can do this. We'll make a nice broad sweeping turn, like from say here, right? No, you don't like that. How about we crossing not allowed? Yeah, it doesn't like when you start from that other. Yeah, but whatever. Yeah, let's go all the way back to there. Yeah, not the prettiest railroad track, but oh, come on. Oh, what are you doing? Okay, there you go. Now you got the idea. Right, so that way we can, if this bitumen fuel train wants to head over this way in the future, it can, right? And now, part of the question is, I think I want to take this guy. Let's level this off a little bit more. I believe it or not, for all the leveling I did, I really didn't want to like level too much. Town will be a good distance away from all the pollution, which is good. And we'll sort of make this nice and wide. One more, I think, is, you can fit quite a few railroad tracks in that, what we just made here. So what I'm thinking of is that at this point, whatever the railroad tracks that are here are only going to serve to get you back in and out of the loop, right? Like, so we'll see, we might have to like level out more down this way once we start laying out town. So let's get, and I'll show you what I mean. Hopefully, oops, let's that looks relatively straight. Nope, stop that. Yeah, this is where we get into the question of this should be, we'll get rid of, let's just use the delete tool so we don't have to switch. That will be an overpass so that we can get the road in and out of town, just so we have a road back and forth. right? And that's good straight line anyway. And then what I want to do here is I think this is, like I said, plenty enough room. So I want to run, let's just do something like this. Let's just say one day, how many railroad, like we, I don't want to jam things up too much. And we can always cut back into the hill, and that's what, 5, 6. Let's just do 8. Right? Yeah. For now, we'll stay on this one. It's just going to be like a space holder in a sense. Sort of define things for ourselves, right? And I think I do want to bring this like that. And then we'll talk about how this continues on in the future, right? So eventually the railroad tracks will meet up here, and then same thing with like this is going to be a passenger loop, will be separate from this loop, which will be the back end of our supply, right? So like, yeah, that should be all we need for supplying the town with people, or with food and stuff for people. So let's just get this hooked back up to here. Yeah, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3.5-ish. Nope, we didn't like that. Not quite. I'm off by one little ditty. No, still don't. Oh, yeah, there you go. All right, you should be able to attach like that. So there we go. So we can get the supply loop. Yeah, let's leave this nice and long. Can I get it right on up there? Yep. Yeah, you know what? Let's leave this a little bit longer than I did it over here. You know what? Start on the single track, or else you take a chance of messing up the other one. So yeah, let's leave this a little bit longer, even though it's a little bit overkill, I'm sure. Right, almost so that you can get a whole train in there is really kind of ideal. And then we can do like this, and this one. Yeah, this one needs to go to here. Right, and then we'll do like a similar thing. Yeah, let's just get that to come out. That should be all right. Better than many of our intersections, right? So they can kind of come in and out and go whichever way they want there. And then this one, you know what? I'm thinking these should probably all come together and then join this. Yeah, so let's get rid of, we probably didn't need that big a railroad bridge at that point, did we? Yeah, let's take you back to there. You back to there. Oops. Oh, okay, I see. You got a little break in there. Gotcha. Okay, all right, so now, how do we want to do this? Why don't we take this one into here first? And I know this is going to make for a pretty busy place, but at least we'll be able to get some signaling in between them, I think. And it won't put, it might make this a little bit busier, but I'm kind of okay. I'd rather keep the main path flowing as much as possible. Does that make sense? Like if this is the main loop, trains might just be coming by here to go on their merry way, right? Good, so that should get the trains in and out of there, and in and out of there, and then we have a little bit of a conflict here, but I think what we'll do Well, see, really the other question is, yeah, it depends on where town is. So we don't want to, we can't really do too much. Let's build our town, or at least start laying it out, and then we can really decide, you know, where we put these roads in and out. So if we were to do, yeah, that might change this up. Let's go back over to roads and take this back a little bit. And might as well stick with the prefab. Yeah, can I get this by some miracle just to... Oh, yes. Nope. Yes. And I want to go a little bit further. And then back down. Is that even a little bit straight? Yeah, I'm getting better at it. It's not perfect, but good. So that leaves plenty of room for, like, if we need to get a few trains in there, right? Like if we decide on more trains going this way for some reason, or even if we want to bring, you know, like the passenger loop down this way. So what I'm thinking is eventually, depending on what we do, we're going to make another rail bridge so that that passenger loop doesn't conflict with this regular one. But the other thing I'm thinking is I don't have a plan for anything being over this way, right? So I'm not sure that we even need, yeah, we would then, yeah, you know what, can we do this right now? Like, let's level up over here a bit. What time are we at? 30 minutes? What I'm thinking of is we get where these guys can come back and just go this way, right? Just get back onto the regular loop as opposed to driving all the way around town. Yeah, so let's get rid of that. Come back over to railroads. And so what I'd want is like a signal here. And then again, try to make that, so this guy's going from the right-hand track to the right-hand track. Try to make it as long as is reasonable. And then this guy would come over to the left-hand track. Does that make sense? So like, yeah, you know what, for now, let's leave it there just for a space holder. But I don't even plan on building these tracks at this point, right? Because any train that comes in here will just come back out and either go back this way or it'll come over this way on this track. And if we really ever wanted to, we'd hold this as a placeholder, but does that make sense? Like, I don't really plan on any supplies going that way, like I just said. They're all going to go back over to this way or back up that way. All right, good. So that works. And that kind of gives me a target for town here too. So we might as well... Yeah, let's just make it a regular road. Oh, what happened there? Oh, did I not touch the ground? Right, let's get this. There we go. Are you straight? Yeah, you're straight enough. Yeah, so let's just bring, yeah, all the way out to here for now. Now, we need a bunch of people. So where do we start? I think we should start with like placing some houses down on this side so that, you know, we get an idea of, well, this is going to be pretty much a standard town that people should be close enough to all the stuff they need. But what I'm thinking of is yeah, the stuff they need can be probably up this way more than that way, right? Because I think we can get a lot of people in here. They'll be a little bit closer. I don't think they'll be too close to any pollution. So we'll start just where we think some housing can go. And what kind of houses do we want to build? You know, I'd like the higher quality ones. I don't think that hurts them. You know, those are 96, 91. These only hold 97 people, but maybe let's see, we would need... Yeah, these are kind of nice. Yeah, let's do like a row of these, right? So let's square this up. You know, I don't think it hurts them to be too close. A little bit square. Is that square? Yeah, so we're going to put put them. Yeah, I can't really see because you have that signal. And I did look there. I really don't think there's any way to get rid of all those messages. I think this is that right? No, this one. Yeah, so we're gonna leave let's leave like 2 spaces in between each one so we can get footpaths if we have to. So what's this, 100 apiece? We're up to 400 people. Yeah, that's not quite, there we go. All right, so, there, right? Are they kind of straight? Yeah. All right, so let's do like a matching set. Yeah, I really don't want you to attach like that, but just sort of lining up these arrows this time so that they're, now, let's do a little measuring on the, with the electrical thing here. Yeah, we don't want them too far. Yeah, that's kind of fine. Let's, if we're going to go up this far, I think what I'll do is, do we want another row of them? Because they'll start getting far. We just have to make sure that if we're going to, yeah, we'll make sure our shopping center's like right in this area. But my question is, let's see, can we squeeze in another, let's do some like bigger ones. I really like these. They hold quite a few workers. They're 96 quality. Let's put them in here. Yeah, probably. All right, and then we'll put, yeah, see let's put another one of these like here for now. That's way off compared to the other ones. Is that an issue, or is that just, is it because they're flatter, or I just put it in the wrong spot? I think I just put it in the wrong spot. Let's see if we can't do like that. All right, so now what I'm thinking of is, let's go to our fancy roads with the sidewalks and all. I think for now we'll just, yeah, let's make sure, yeah, that would attach. Yeah, that will attach. And then we come with another one right smack down the middle here. And the reason I'm doing all that debating is that a good space for like a shopping center and all that stuff, right? So let's go ahead and, yeah, if we're going to do a shopping center, I kind of want it down in this corner because that's what they want the most, right? So we want that to be as close to like this guy. I don't want him too far away. So let's come back to the things that people need. And we're going to do a full-size shopping center here, I think. Right? Right. And then we're going to do a road cargo station. Even though it takes up valuable inner city space, it certainly, yeah, see, I can't see because they put that stupid, I don't need to know how much it cost. I already know. I played long enough. Yeah, let's make sure we can connect. Yep, good. All right, so now I'm not going to attach that road. I really didn't want the other road attached quite yet either. But there we go. See, so we're getting a good space. Now, can we get something else? Let's just take our road here. Just see if we went sort of straight. Let's go even further. Straight out this way, right? Can we get a pub in here or something? Or maybe a little tennis court? Oh, yeah, you know what? Oh, we need to get the road in. You know, let's put the road in just for a second, just to make sure we can get. Could we get this guy in? I don't think so, but we could try. The tennis court's the smaller one, right? Can you get in there? Come on, get in there. please. Oh, you're close. No, you just don't want to go in there. How about the pub? Can we get the pub in there? That's pretty small too. There's the pub. Oh, pub will go right in there. Look at that. Nice. Now, will the tennis court go up here? Yes. Nice. All right, so now the people on this side of town are going to need a kindergarten close enough, right? And again, you can, the thing about the kindergartens is they definitely, well, they're going to need a school too, but you definitely tend to fill them up. So, where the schools you don't fill up quite as quickly. Yeah, so let's go here to education. So I'm thinking maybe can we squeeze one in? Yeah, that would take up room for a house. Why don't we squeeze it in over here? Or do we just put it all together someplace different? Like, can we get a road? Can the road go straight through here? Yeah, actually. Yeah, so let's see. Can I then get the kindergarten? Yeah, pretty much. Does that mess up? No, I think that's, you know, a little goofy, but again, I'll give a kindergarten for all these houses over here. And hopefully, where's the road for, yeah, we'll turn it this way. Yeah, it's a shame. We can't quite squeeze that in there. There we go. That'll have a school. I'm pretty sure that'll be close enough for everybody. And then, what else do we need? Pub, kindergarten, school. That'll get us started. We can always add more of them later on. Sports, they got, oh, cinema. Yeah, so cinema is the least important, and it's getting kind of far away, right? That's right. It's the least important. Let's swing them over here, and hopefully, yeah, we'll just kind of keep them. Yeah, hopefully, can we get a footpath through here? It would really be kind of nice if I could. No. Yeah, I think I just put them a little bit too close. Yeah, let's just move that school just out a little bit. Well, let's put the footpath in, and then we can, because I want to make sure that, yeah, go there, and then no, we really don't want you to attach, do we? We just want to make sure you, because that'll cut down on the distance more than you realize, right? If they can walk from here as directly as they can, they might be able to make it over to that cinema. Yeah, so I really don't want all these footpaths connected just yet. I just want to make sure they work, or would work. Not would work like working on wood, but all right, there we go. All right, so that should be, well, firehouse. Yeah, we want, yeah, you know what, I'm thinking like, yeah, it's all bridge there. Well, you know what, we can bus people over to the firehouse. So I'm thinking, is firehouse where people are? Oh, this is education. Never mind. In the wrong section. Yeah, why don't we put firehouse like here? Yeah, I don't think that'll be in anybody's way. And then if we, yeah, can we hover over its range? I'm pretty sure that'll be able to cover. Yeah, they'll have a pretty good shot to everything. It's going to get kind of far away to over here. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we put another one of them in while we're... you won't... All right, can we level you out a bit? Will that convince you to go in there, maybe? Yeah, it will. Oh, come on. Right? Yeah, I feel better about that. Because I don't think they would have got into here as well. And then we'll just have to bus people. Yeah, so as far as getting people bussed up to there, yeah, can we get this road to be a little bit, yeah, let's demolish a little bit of this for now. So it's kind of chunky anyway. No. But I know you want to do it. Yeah, maybe you don't, but we'll get it. One way or the other, we'll get it. There you go. That's what we were looking for. Yep, don't attach like that, but hopefully, yeah. Well, we have another solution for that. Part of it's because it's, oops. Yeah, we want little raisin. Yeah, part of it's because it comes like straight out of those bridges, and it doesn't tend to like that. Now, see if we go here and don't attach it, no, you just don't like that. All right, let's go here more. No, you don't like that either. All right, let's do more manual. More manual leveling here. Yeah, it's sort of steep right there, isn't it? Just a bit. Yeah, it's just too steep. Oh, there we go. Now you can do the cheaty inch by inch thing here. I think that's what we may be doing. And then this guy. Right, there we go. So that's a little bit better. They can get up and around there a little more directly from town to get like the bus up to the firehouse or whatever. Even if they're just bringing cars over this direction, like they can come on through. And if they're bringing cars up that way, I guess, yeah, we have this road here needs to somehow attach. Maybe. All right, good. So we got an overpass there. We got the town set up. Yeah, and I think this is going to be, and what else are we forgetting? I'm always forgetting something. But I think this is going to be like a good enough little starter for getting construction going, right? Like, I don't mean to make this everything doesn't have to be designed. So we got the store, you know, we got pub, we got, yeah, we don't have a hospital, but we can worry about that later. We don't have parking lots, which we should probably certainly start considering them as part. Like, I guess, yeah, it might even be smart to, can I get a road past there? Just, I don't think I can, but no, not quite. But maybe let's get rid of this real quick. And then I think I want to just change it up. This will be a walking path road. Yeah, we'll just come out a little bit further. And then let's get these guys a parking slot, right? You know what, we might as well go large. It doesn't seem like they're that much difference in size. All right, and then we'll get back to our kindergarten. Go back to our roads and see if we can't get this guy to connect straight away. Yes. Good. So it's, you know, I'm going to commit to all the roads because why not? Yeah, might as well. Yeah, you know what? Let's. Is that too broken up? I hate all these little bits. Yeah, let's get rid of some of these footpaths. If the autosave will let me. Oops. There we go, and then we'll leave this guy partially there, just and then let's just redo some of these roads so it's not 72 separate little projects, right? Yeah, might as well get rid of that too. Yeah, so this is going to be a fancy one. Bring that long again. We just won't reconnect it. Yeah, see, if we break up some of this, it just makes construction, it's worth the effort. Save a lot of time, and especially when you do it like I do, where you're always assigning stuff. But even if you don't, it saves time. Like, they just don't spend as much time driving back and forth for every little job. Like, once the roller's out there, the roller's out there, right? Yeah, so I think that's about as, yeah, I'm fine with that stopping there. Yeah, that's just sort of a mess anyway. Might even just consider getting rid of that little bit for now. Yeah, so that shouldn't be too bad. Now, can they get in and out of here from, yeah, they can get from this construction. Now let's talk about this. So we've got them coming in and out for the supply, for the construction. And then, you know, at this point, I think we just want to, I'm going to show you what I want to do. Just, and the reason I leveled like a bunch of that other stuff out. Now, did I attach that? No. See, that was a good eye. Yeah, so what I want to do is kind of bring this guy over. And in the future, I don't want this to be part of that, right? Like, so I want to bring it, no, you're not attached, you're just a mess. Yeah, I want to bring it like this, right? For like in the future. And you know what I really actually want to do too? Let's just leave a space because I think it'll look better. Let's delete back some of this. And I think, so what I want to do, and I'm not going to build all this right now. There you go. Yeah, that's what I want it to look like. It's like, for example, we're going to be bringing mechanical components and steel out of here. And this, we'll have to decide if we want another train track out of here. We don't, again, until we have problems, we don't have to. But, you know, I picture a lot of steel coming out here. So we might end up with like a whole separate track that sort of, as much as possible, avoids this track, right? Like it might just cut straight across here and then tie into this one. Where this one might, you know, we might put a bridge here. Does that make sense? Where this track here would just come straight and bring steel and whatnot into this one. So, but for now, what we'll do is just something like this. And then that goes for like the other stuff. Like, so for example, I made like a little dashed path here where we'd bring the fabric we need from over here. Right? See my little dashed path of roads over from this clothing. Like, so we'll make sure we can get fabric separate from the clothing to bring the fabric up here. And then we'll also need like electronic components and whatnot. So when we talk about like, you know, we have steel and mechanical components. Now we're going to have, you know, the electronics and the electrical components. And if we make Plastic Town here, you know, we're going to have a lot of stuff that's just going to be going back and forth from here to here. So that's why we're thinking about like a whole separate train line. As a matter of fact, you know, if we were to do that, yeah, I would definitely want to like cut it across here, right? And if we were going to do that, why don't we just bring this? It's not going to make that much difference, but like in other words, if I just bring this a little bit further along, no, you didn't like that? Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to build that. I thought it would turn red. Let's do this guy a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Like, in other words, I might as well actually make this sort of an intersection, right? Yeah, we don't have to go that far, but it won't hurt. Because this will be the route that gets us fabric eventually. Now, fabric could just come up the regular line, but then why not bring this guy over and attach it, you know, in the, you know, further along than where we would bring this in, if that makes sense. Yeah, might as well go right from where there's a, right? Does that make sense? So then now if we wanted to do some work here, well, we could always attach it again further, but then this guy could come right in, right? We can build a railroad bridge maybe here, or, yes, I don't think it would, might be tough to get a bridge this way, but, you know, we can cut it over further, get a railroad bridge on this one. In the meantime, we could even maybe like bypass the trains where they could come back over this way, right? Like as we rebuilt this, we could, you know, not cut everything off by building like this. Does that make sense? I don't want to attach that right now because just it'll cause problems. But there, I hope that makes sense, right? So good. So thinking ahead. It always helps in life to think ahead. So now we can get in. We could start building all these railroad tracks. Now, again, because these trains are just coming in here, even this is just sort of extra, they're just going to come in here and head back out. The only exception might be if we one day could get cars onto trains, that's when we would really use this. Otherwise, the cars are just going to get shipped out by truck or however we ship the cars, right? And then now we'll have to, yeah, in the future, we'll plan on our passenger thing. But I did come up here. I don't know if I showed you guys earlier, but I put footpaths. So I think they'll be able to get there from this one passenger thing. And then what I'm kind of picturing over here when it comes to the passenger, yeah, we might end up with like, well, I could kind of start planning it out over here a bit. Can we get, I do kind of wish you could see these things a little bit better. So right there, in between those two triangles. No. Yeah. Yeah, and that could be like a one-way loop, couldn't it? And then this, again, this will be a bridge if we ever need it. A little bit further. Yeah, let's start like right here. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So this would be a one-way loop around town, right? Might just be one train to get started, but yeah, so we don't want to get into that hill too much. And again, we're not building any of this. We're just sort of, some of this is just like blueprinting it, right? And then we'll bring this guy down around here. And I'm not sure how far town would go, but figure at least this far on this side, right? So we probably want to come, yeah, and I think in between the episodes I might level out a little bit more of this, right? So that we could then have the outgoing train, right? So we picture this much worth of housing on all, like kind of surrounding this whole thing pretty much, like maybe even 4 separate housing zones. And then this train, like we would change it once we put the housing zones in, but we would then have like train stations near each one. Like we might even put a train station here and then another one here and another one here so they could pick up a bunch of people and bring them over. Does it make sense? Good. Well, I think we're about the hour mark, and I think, you know, we only have our one lone construction thing, but I think we've now planned enough that we can start setting these guys to work, and we can get a regular, in the beginning of the next episode, we'll get a regular construction crew going here. They'll just have to get their supplies from over here for the time being, and then when it comes to getting the trains in here, I'm just going to prioritize trying to get the construction supplies over here, I think, first. But yeah, then also, yeah, we need to get a road for people, don't we? Yeah, I mean, I guess I would continue this road. Like, we want to get people to where they... Yeah, that's the... can we do that real quick before we end the episode? Let's see. Can we... I mean, this is all done. I don't see us changing any of this significantly, in the sense that I think we could just build a regular road. No, you don't want to let me... Yeah, at least let me level a little bit. Now you're going to do that jiggly thing. Oh, come on. Are you making progress? Sometimes it doesn't make progress. Sometimes it does. Now the other question is, yeah, we need a little more work on these roads. Probably a little more than I want to do right now, but that's okay. We'll get time started. Yeah, see, I kind of want to I don't want this to be a traffic jam. So I might swing this road out a little bit further, right? Like, even though we've already built it, we could do something along these lines in the near future. Well, maybe not those lines, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get this. Nope, you don't like that. Okay, too much steepy. Come on, turn. All right, like maybe we actually might even just bring. I don't really like where that construction office is, but maybe once we get done using it, we can plan on like taking the road this way, right? And then we can attach this guy up like that. And then that will give us a little extra room for getting like a path or like a bridge across here, right? So maybe what we even do for temporary is just... Oh, can we not attach there? Okay, how about here? Okay, I'll live with that. Right, and then we'll put an actual, like, straight across. We'll eventually cut this off once we can and put, like, a road bridge across, all the way over to here or something. So we'll fancy that up is the bottom line. But we're going over time, and I think we've got enough done, and we need to get some time rolling and some things actually built. And, again, I don't know how much I'll do in between the episodes. Probably not a whole lot, because I want to see how this... get this all started with you guys, and I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of little things that I've missed and little things to tweak and modify, and we'll get back to a regular building episode. So let me know what you think. Like I said, I wouldn't have caught up with the comments from the last episode quite yet as far as this video is concerned, but by, I guess this is episode 110 maybe, so by episode 111, I should have caught up with your comments. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.